explain an experiment to determine the characteristics of a transistor. In CE configuration, explain how the transistor parameters can be evaluated. The three important characteristics of a transistor in any mode are input characteristics, output characteristics, and transfer characteristics. The circuit to study the characteristic curve of NPN transistor in common emitter mode is as shown in the figure. Input characteristics. Input characteristic curve is drawn between the base current IB and voltage between them, base and emitter VBE, when the voltage between collector and emitter VCE is kept constant at a particular value. VBE is increased in suitable equal steps and corresponding base current is noted. The procedure is repeated for different values of VCE. IB values are plotted against VBE for constant VCE. The input characteristic thus obtained is shown in the figure. The input impedance of the transistor is defined as the ratio of small change in base emitter voltage to the corresponding change in base current at a given VCE. Input impedance Ri is equal to del VBC by del IB into Vg. The input impedance of the transistor in CE mode is very high. Output characteristics. Output characteristic curves are drawn between IC and VCE. When IB is kept constant at a particular value, the base current IB is kept at a constant value by adjusting the base emitter voltage VBE. VCE is increased in suitable equal steps and the corresponding collector current is noted. The procedure is repeated for different values of IB. Now, IC versus VCE curves are drawn for different values of IB. The output characteristics thus obtained as represented in the figure. The three regions of the characteristics can be discussed as follows. Saturation region. The initial part of the curve, ohmic region OA, is called saturation region. That is, the region in between the origin and knee point. Knee point is the point where IC is about to become a constant. Cutoff region. There is very small collector current in the transistor even when the base current is 0. IB is equal to 0. In the output characteristics, the region below the curve for IB is equal to 0 is called cutoff region. Below the cutoff region, the transistor does not function. Active region. The central region of the curves is called active region. In the active region, the curves are uniform. In this region, EB junction is forward biased and CB junction is reverse biased. The output impedance R0 is defined as the ratio of variation in the collector emitter voltage to the corresponding variation in the collector current at a constant base current in the active region of the transistor characteristic curves. The output impedance of a transistor in CE mode is low. Therefore, output impedance R0 is equal to del VCE by del IC into IB. Transfer characteristics. The transfer characteristic curve is drawn between IC and IB when VCE is kept constant at a particular value. The base current IB is increased in suitable steps and the collector current IC is noted down for each value of IB. The transfer characteristic curve is shown in the figure. Therefore, current gain beta is equal to del IC by del IB into VCE.
Please subscribe our channel for more videos and educational contents.